Have you ever paused to reflect on how you're spending your golden years? Are you truly living or merely passing the time? As we age, time becomes our most valuable asset. Yet, without realizing it, we often fall into habits that silently erode our joy and fulfillment. But here's the good news. It's never too late to make a change. In today's video, we'll uncover 5 common pitfalls that drain your energy, diminish your happiness, and prevent you from making the most of your later years. More importantly, we'll explore practical ways to reclaim your time, renew your sense of purpose, and embrace life with intention. And remember, if you find this content valuable, be sure to like and subscribe to Buddhist Mindfulness. Your support helps us bring more meaningful discussions to you. Now let's dive into these 5 major mistakes and how to overcome them. Number 1, the trap of endless entertainment. Picture this. You settle into your favorite chair, turn on the TV, or start scrolling through social media. Hours pass, but what have you really gained? It feels like relaxation, but is it truly fulfilling? The modern world offers endless entertainment at our fingertips. Whether it's binge watching TV shows, endlessly scrolling through social media, or getting lost in video games, these activities can feel like a well-deserved break. After all, we work hard and we need time to unwind, right? But have you ever noticed how, after hours of passive entertainment, you don't feel any more refreshed? Instead, you feel drained, unmotivated, and perhaps even guilty for wasting so much time. This is because the type of entertainment we often consume doesn't actually recharge us, it merely numbs us. It lulls us into a false sense of relaxation while stealing the very time we could use to do things that genuinely fulfill us. The truth is, passive entertainment can be a silent thief. It numbs the mind, distances you from meaningful interactions, and fills your days with distractions instead of purpose. It keeps you locked in a cycle where you seek more and more stimulation but rarely find true satisfaction. Studies have shown that excessive screen time, especially passive entertainment like scrolling through social media or watching TV, can have detrimental effects on mental health. Dopamine, the chemical in our brain responsible for pleasure and reward, is constantly triggered by new content, leading to a cycle of craving more stimulation. This can create an addiction-like dependence on entertainment, making it harder to focus on activities that require deeper engagement, like reading, exercising, or learning new skills. Additionally, prolonged screen time can lead to anxiety, depression, and even sleep disturbances. The blue light from screens interferes with melatonin production, making it harder to get quality sleep. Poor sleep then contributes to fatigue, lack of motivation, and a higher tendency to engage in more passive entertainment, a vicious cycle. Rather than letting entertainment dictate how you spend your free time, consider making intentional choices that add value to your life. Here are a few alternatives. 1, reconnecting with old friends and family. When was the last time you had a deep conversation with an old friend? Social media makes it easy to feel connected superficially, but true relationships require effort and engagement. Instead of just liking a post, pick up the phone and call someone you haven't spoken to in years. Plan a visit, write a letter, or simply have a meaningful chat. Human connection is one of the most fulfilling aspects of life, yet it is often neglected in favor of digital distractions. 2, exploring new hobbies. There's a sense of accomplishment that comes from learning and creating. Instead of passively consuming content, try engaging in a hobby that stimulates your mind and body. Consider painting or drawing, unleash your creativity. Gardening, connect with nature and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Learning an instrument, develop a new skill that brings joy. Cooking, experiment with new recipes and nourish yourself and others. Writing, journal your thoughts, write poetry, or even start a blog. Hobbies not only provide enjoyment but also improve cognitive function and emotional well-being. 3, volunteering and giving back. One of the most profound ways to break free from mindless entertainment is to engage in acts of service. Helping others can add deep meaning to your life. Whether it's volunteering at a shelter, mentoring a young person, or simply helping a neighbor, acts of kindness create a sense of fulfillment that no television show or social media feed can provide. If you find yourself constantly reaching for entertainment that doesn't truly fulfill you, here are a few steps to help break the cycle. 1, set limits. Use apps to track your screen time and set daily limits on entertainment consumption. 2. Plan your free time. Schedule activities that add value to your life, such as reading, exercising, or engaging with loved ones. 3. Practice mindfulness. Before reaching for your phone or remote, ask yourself, is this what I truly want to do right now? 4. Replace, don't eliminate. Instead of just cutting out passive entertainment, replace it with engaging activities that you genuinely enjoy. 5. Find a community. Join groups or clubs that align with your interests. Whether it's a book club, sports team, or volunteer group, being part of a community can keep you engaged in meaningful ways. 6. Embrace boredom. Sometimes, boredom is the key to creativity. Instead of reaching for entertainment, sit with your thoughts. You might be surprised at the ideas and inspirations that come to you. Entertainment isn't inherently bad, but it should be consumed in moderation and with awareness. The goal is to ensure that your leisure time is enriching rather than depleting. Choose activities that nourish your soul rather than just pass the hours. Whether it's engaging with loved ones, picking up a new skill, or giving back to the community, intentional choices can lead to a more fulfilling life. The next time you feel the urge to binge watch another show or scroll endlessly through social media, pause and ask yourself, is this adding value to my life? If the answer is no, consider an alternative, one that brings genuine joy, growth, and connection. Your time is precious. Spend it wisely. Number 2, obsessing over the news, the mental toll, and how to break free. In today's hyper-connected world, staying updated with the news has never been easier. With just a few taps on a smartphone, we have access to an endless stream of information, from local crime reports to global political upheavals. While being informed is important, obsessively consuming negative news can have severe mental and emotional consequences. The human brain is wired to pay more attention to negative information, a phenomenon known as negativity bias. This evolutionary trait once helped our ancestors survive by alerting them to potential dangers. However, in the modern age, this bias means that constant exposure to distressing news can fuel anxiety, stress, and even a skewed perception of reality. Instead of merely staying informed, we may find ourselves trapped in a cycle of worry, helplessness, and despair. Imagine this scenario. You wake up, reach for your phone, and scroll through the latest headlines. The news is filled with reports of war, natural disasters, economic collapse, and rising crime rates. Within minutes, your mood shifts. A sense of unease settles in, and before you even step out of bed, you're already carrying the weight of the world's problems. Does this sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. Many people experience this daily, unknowingly allowing the news to dictate their emotions and overall mental well-being. Obsessing over negative news can have profound psychological effects, including increased anxiety and stress. Continuous exposure to distressing headlines triggers the body's stress response. The constant release of cortisol, the stress hormone, can lead to heightened anxiety, sleep disturbances, and even physical health issues such as high blood pressure and weakened immunity. Fear and catastrophic thinking. When we are bombarded with bad news, we begin to perceive the world as more dangerous than it actually is. This can lead to irrational fears, avoidance behaviors, and an overwhelming sense of hopelessness. Emotional exhaustion. Constantly processing negative information drains emotional energy. Over time, this can lead to burnout, irritability, and a lack of motivation to engage in everyday activities. Desensitization to tragedy. Paradoxically, excessive exposure to distressing news can lead to emotional numbness. When tragedies become a daily occurrence in our news feeds, we may start feeling indifferent or detached, which can diminish our capacity for empathy and action. Distorted view of reality. The media often focuses on sensationalized or negative stories because they attract more attention. This creates a skewed perception that the world is worse than it actually is. In reality, many positive developments, such as advances in medicine, reductions in poverty, and acts of kindness, go underreported. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by the news, it may be time to adopt a more balanced approach. Here's how you can stay informed without sacrificing your mental well-being. 1. Limit your news exposure. Instead of consuming news mindlessly throughout the day, set designated times for checking updates. For example, you might choose to check the headlines in the morning and then again in the evening. Avoid the habit of doom scrolling right before bed, as it can interfere with sleep quality and increase nighttime anxiety. 2. Choose reliable and balanced sources. Not all news sources are created equal. Sensationalist media outlets often amplify fear and panic for engagement. Opt for reputable sources that provide factual reporting without excessive fear-mongering. Additionally, consider reading from a variety of perspectives to get a well-rounded understanding of current events. 3. Seek out positive news. For every negative story, there are countless positive ones happening around the world. Make an effort to follow sources that highlight uplifting news, such as scientific breakthroughs, community heroes, and inspiring success stories. Websites like Good News Network and Positive News specialize in reporting constructive stories that counterbalance the negativity in mainstream media. Number 4, focus on what you can control. Many news stories involve global issues that are beyond our individual control. Instead of feeling helpless, shift your focus to actionable steps within your community. This could mean volunteering, supporting local initiatives, or simply being a source of positivity in the lives of those around you. Taking meaningful action fosters a sense of agency and reduces feelings of powerlessness. 5. Practice digital detoxing. Consider taking regular breaks from the news and social media. Designate news-free days where you engage in activities that nourish your mind and soul, such as reading, hiking, meditating, or spending time with loved ones. These breaks help reset your perspective and reduce information overload. 6. Cultivate a mindfulness practice. Mindfulness techniques such as meditation and deep breathing can help counteract the stress caused by excessive news consumption. Practicing mindfulness allows you to stay present, recognize your emotional responses, and develop a healthier relationship with information intake. The world will always have problems, and the news will always highlight them. However, you have a choice in how you engage with information. By being mindful of your news consumption, setting healthy boundaries, and focusing on the good around you, you can protect your mental well-being without disconnecting from reality. Your peace of mind is worth protecting. Be selective with your information diet, just as you are with the food you eat. A balanced intake of news, one that informs rather than overwhelms, can lead to a healthier, more optimistic, and fulfilling life. Number 3, dwelling on the past. Letting go and embracing the present regret is a universal human experience. At some point in life, everyone looks back and wonders what might have been if they had made different choices. It could be the road not taken, the opportunity missed, the words left unsaid, or the relationships that faded away. These regrets often come in many forms: career paths not pursued, love stories that ended too soon, friendships that drifted apart, or personal dreams that were never fully realized. While reflection on the past can provide valuable lessons and insights, dwelling too much on regrets can become a burden. It prevents you from living fully in the present and moving forward with optimism. This emotional weight can manifest in different ways: sadness, anxiety, self-doubt, or even a reluctance to try new things. The past is unchangeable, yet many people replay their regrets over and over, hoping that somehow, by revisiting those moments, they can rewrite history. The truth is, no amount of dwelling will change what has already happened. Instead of being consumed by thoughts of what could have been, it's important to focus on what is still possible. Life is not a single moment in time, but a continuous journey, and there is always an opportunity to create new, meaningful experiences. There are several reasons why people find themselves stuck in the past. Unfinished business. When something in our past feels unresolved, an apology not given, a conversation not had, or a dream left unfulfilled, it can create an emotional loop that is hard to break. Fear of the future. Fear of the future. Cling to the past because the future feels uncertain. The past, even with its regrets, is familiar. The unknown can be intimidating, making it easier to dwell on what is known rather than embrace new possibilities. A sense of identity. Some people define themselves by their past experiences, especially painful ones. They may feel that letting go means losing a part of themselves, or that moving forward diminishes the significance of what happened. Guilt and shame. If a past mistake caused harm to oneself or others, it can be difficult to forgive and move on. The mind keeps revisiting the situation as if self-punishment will somehow lead to redemption. Nostalgia. Not all dwelling on the past comes from negative experiences. Some people miss a time when they were happier, healthier, or felt more loved. Longing for the good old days can prevent appreciation for the beauty of the present. If dwelling on the past is preventing you from enjoying life, it's time to shift your focus. Here are some ways to embrace new beginnings and move forward with peace and optimism. 1. Celebrate your journey. Rather than dwelling on what went wrong, focus on what you've learned. Life is a series of experiences, each one shaping who you are today. Consider your resilience. Every challenge you faced has made you stronger. Your wisdom. Time brings perspective. What you know now is valuable and can help guide you in the future. Your successes. No matter how small, your achievements matter. Reflect on the things you have done right rather than only focusing on what you think went wrong. 2. Try new experiences. One of the best ways to move forward is to create new memories. Engaging in new experiences keeps life exciting and helps shift your focus from what's behind you to what's ahead. Some ways to do this include learning a new skill. Whether it's playing an instrument, painting, dancing, or picking up a new language, challenging yourself can bring a sense of accomplishment. Exploring new places. Traveling, even if just to a nearby town, can bring fresh perspectives and new inspirations. Meeting new people, building new relationships can bring joy, connection, and a sense of renewal. 3. Make peace with the past. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing. This includes forgiving others who may have wronged you, as well as forgiving yourself for mistakes made. Holding on to anger, resentment, or guilt only prolongs suffering. Practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes. It's part of being human. Let go of grudges. Holding on to resentment doesn't punish the person who hurt you. It only keeps you stuck in pain. Seek closure. If something is left unresolved, consider addressing it. Write a letter you never send, talk to someone you trust, or simply acknowledge the feelings and decide to move on. If you find yourself stuck in the past, try these steps to shift your mindset. Write it down. Journaling about your regrets can help you process them and let them go. Practice mindfulness. Stay present through meditation, deep breathing, or simply focusing on the beauty around you. Set new goals. Give yourself something to look forward to, whether it's a personal project, a fitness goal, or a creative endeavor. Surround yourself with positive influences. Engage with people who inspire and uplift you, rather than those who reinforce negative thinking. Accept what cannot be changed. Remind yourself that the past cannot be altered, but your attitude toward it can be. Dwelling on the past can prevent you from fully enjoying the present and embracing the future. While reflection has its place, it's important to recognize when it turns into an unhealthy cycle of regret. The past is unchangeable, but your future is still yours to shape. By letting go, celebrating your journey, trying new things, and making peace with what has been, you can move forward with confidence and joy. Each day is an opportunity to write a new chapter in your life. Instead of looking back with sorrow, look forward with hope. Life is still happening, and there is so much more to experience. The best way to honor the past is to live fully in the present. Number 4, fear of the unknown. Breaking free from the comfort zone routine provides a sense of security. It offers predictability and minimizes stress, which is why so many people, especially as they age, find solace in the familiar. However, too much of the same thing can lead to stagnation. When we avoid stepping outside of our comfort zones, we miss out on opportunities for growth, learning, and fulfillment. For older adults, the fear of change can be particularly strong. The thought of learning something new, making new connections, or adjusting to modern technology may seem overwhelming. Yet, refusing to embrace change can result in isolation, boredom, and a decline in mental sharpness. Comfort zones, while reassuring, can easily become invisible cages that limit experiences and personal development. Imagine an elderly man who sticks to the same daily routine. He wakes up, reads the newspaper, watches television, and repeats the cycle. There is no challenge, no new stimuli. Over time, his world becomes smaller, and his mind, once sharp and curious, starts to dull. The comfort zone he built for himself has become a cage, trapping him in a cycle of monotony. The dangers of staying in your comfort zone. Mental and emotional stagnation. Without new challenges, our brains can become less agile. Studies show that engaging in new activities helps prevent cognitive decline and improves mental health. Loss of confidence. Avoiding change reinforces the belief that we are incapable of adapting. This self-doubt can lead to missed opportunities and a diminished sense of self-worth. Regret. Looking back on life, people often regret the things they didn't do more than the things they attempted and failed at. Fear of the unknown shouldn't prevent us from creating new memories and experiences. Growth happens outside of our comfort zones. We don't need to make drastic changes overnight, but small, consistent efforts can lead to transformative experiences. Consider these steps. 1. Trying something new. New experiences can refresh the mind and soul. Some options include joining a community class, whether it's painting, yoga, or a book club. Engaging with others can combat loneliness and stimulate the brain. Picking up a creative hobby, writing, gardening, or even photography can provide a sense of accomplishment and joy. Learning a new language. This enhances cognitive function and provides opportunities to connect with different cultures. A simple shift in routine, like trying a new recipe or reading a genre of book you've never explored, can be enough to break the cycle of stagnation. 2. Saying yes to opportunities. Opportunities for change come in many forms, but they often require a leap of faith. Saying yes to small opportunities can have a profound impact. Examples include dining somewhere new. Trying different foods can be an adventure in itself. Attending a social gathering, engaging with new people can lead to unexpected friendships and meaningful connections. Volunteering. Giving back to the community can be incredibly fulfilling and introduce new experiences. Sometimes a small yes can lead to a series of positive transformations. 3. Trusting the process. Change can be uncomfortable at first. When we take risks, there is always the possibility of failure or embarrassment. However, personal growth comes from facing challenges head on. The discomfort of change is temporary, but the benefits of embracing the unknown can last a lifetime. One way to develop trust in the process is by keeping a growth journal. Each time you step out of your comfort zone, write down how it made you feel, what you learned, and any positive outcomes. Over time, you'll see patterns of growth that reinforce the belief that change is worthwhile. Fear of the unknown is natural, but it shouldn't hold us back from living fulfilling lives. No matter our age, we have the ability to grow, adapt, and embrace new experiences. Stepping into the unknown may feel intimidating at first, but the rewards, mental stimulation, personal fulfillment, and meaningful connections make it worthwhile. So the next time you're hesitant about trying something new, remind yourself, growth begins at the edge of your comfort zone. You might just surprise yourself with what you're capable of achieving. Number 5, chasing perfection, the illusion of an unattainable standard. In today's world, perfection is often portrayed as the ultimate goal. Social media, advertising, even our own cultural narratives reinforce the idea that youth, beauty, and flawlessness define a person's worth. We are bombarded with images of airbrushed models, celebrities who appear to defy aging, and self-help gurus who promote a never-ending cycle of self-improvement. While growth and self-care are important, the pursuit of perfection can become an exhausting and unattainable chase, leading many to experience anxiety, low self-esteem, and perpetual dissatisfaction. The pressure to remain young and flawless disproportionately affects older adults, particularly women. Society glorifies youth, often equating it with vitality, desirability, and success. Meanwhile, aging is framed as a problem to be fixed rather than a natural and beautiful part of life. Wrinkles, gray hair, and other visible signs of aging are often viewed negatively, prompting many to turn to cosmetic procedures, anti-aging treatments, and extreme diets in an effort to hold on to an ideal that is ultimately impossible to sustain. But perfection is a myth. It is an ever-moving target that, once seemingly reached, shifts again. The desire to meet impossible standards creates a cycle of self-criticism and discontent. When we constantly compare ourselves to unrealistic ideals, we deny ourselves the peace and joy that come with embracing authenticity. Rather than chasing perfection, we can choose to live authentically. Authenticity means accepting ourselves as we are, our strengths, our imperfections, our evolving selves. This shift in mindset allows us to prioritize well-being over societal approval, leading to a more fulfilling and joyful life. Your body tells the story of your life. Every wrinkle, scar, and gray hair is a testament to the experiences you've had, the lessons you've learned, and the wisdom you've gained. Rather than viewing these changes as flaws, consider them as markers of resilience and strength. Many cultures around the world revere older adults for their wisdom and experience, seeing them as valuable members of society. Instead of resisting aging, embracing it can lead to greater self acceptance. When you stop battling against time, you free yourself to fully enjoy life without the burden of unrealistic expectations. Happiness isn't found in looking young or appearing perfect. It is cultivated through meaningful experiences, relationships, and personal fulfillment. Studies have shown that people who focus on inner well being rather than external appearance report higher levels of life satisfaction. Ask yourself, what truly brings you joy? Is it spending time with loved ones, engaging in hobbies, traveling, learning something new? When we shift our focus from how we look to how we feel, we naturally radiate confidence and happiness, qualities that are far more attractive and fulfilling than any superficial standard of beauty. The people we spend time with significantly impact our self perception. Surrounding yourself with individuals who value authenticity over appearance can reinforce the importance of inner beauty and self acceptance. Seek out friends, mentors, and communities that uplift and support you. Additionally, be mindful of the media you consume. Unfollow accounts that promote unrealistic beauty standards and instead follow those that celebrate authenticity, aging, and self love. The content we engage with shapes our self image, so curating a positive digital space can make a profound difference. Aging is often feared, but it is also a privilege denied to many. Each year we live is an opportunity for growth, deeper connections, and new experiences. Instead of dreading aging, we can learn to celebrate it. Wisdom over youth. With age comes knowledge and perspective that younger generations often lack. The lessons learned through years of experience are invaluable and can be shared with others. Freedom from insecurity. Many older adults find that they become more confident and self assured with age. The need to conform to external expectations diminishes, allowing for a greater sense of personal freedom. A focus on what matters. As we age, our priorities shift. Superficial concerns fade, and we begin to value time, relationships, and experiences more than material possessions or appearances. The pursuit of perfection is a losing battle, but the pursuit of authenticity is a path to true fulfillment. Happiness isn't found in erasing wrinkles, chasing youth, or meeting impossible beauty standards. It is found in embracing who you are as you are. By accepting our natural selves, prioritizing inner joy over outward appearance, and surrounding ourselves with positive influences, we can cultivate a sense of peace and contentment that no anti aging treatment or beauty product can provide. The sooner we let go of perfection, the sooner we can fully embrace and enjoy the richness of life. Let's redefine beauty, not as the absence of flaws, but as the presence of joy, wisdom, and confidence. After all, the most radiant people are those who shine from within. Aging is not about losing time. It's about using time wisely. Every moment is an opportunity to grow, connect, and embrace life more fully. By avoiding these 5 common traps, you can cultivate a life filled with purpose, deep relationships, and lasting joy. Aging is not a limitation, but a chance to refine what truly matters, letting go of distractions and embracing the wisdom that comes with experience. So don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Take a small but meaningful step. Call an old friend, pick up a new hobby, step outside your comfort zone, or practice mindfulness in your daily routine. True fulfillment doesn't come from avoiding aging, but from embracing it with an open heart and a clear mind. You deserve a life that is not only long, but also rich with meaning, filled with love, laughter, and the peace that comes from living authentically. If this video resonated with you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need these insights. Together, we can build a mindful and supportive community, helping one another find balance and joy in every stage of life. Thank you for being a part of the Buddhist Mindfulness community.